Good day, guys. Good day, everyone. My name is Yanda Perfect, going by the name of Chapman. So today I've just decided to make this video where we're going to be analyzing the market. We're going to be doing this daily. Please make sure that you subscribe, you like the video, and turn on that notification bell so that you're notified whenever we drop. So today we're going to be analyzing before the week starts. So we're going to be showing you what is it that we are doing in the market in order for us to find those entries. So please make sure to stick with us until the end of the video. Thank you. So as we are diving deep into the market, this is what we're coming across. So in the forex market, we have a dollar index, of which that determines the direction of the US dollar, whether it loses the value or it gains the value. So this is what is happening. Now these are our monthly analysis on the dollar index. It shows that the market, let us zoom it out a bit. We've been analyzing the market. Okay, the dollar index is on an uptrend, so that means the dollar index is appreciating in value because it's been going up to this resistance line that we have here. Then it went down, it went up, but the overall direction of the dollar index is going up. So each and every time the dollar index gets to the resistance, we try by all means to catch our selling or opportunities to go down. As soon as it gets to our resistance here, we can see that we have a very powerful resistance, since we have two indicators that shows our resistance trend line going to the upper direction. So this is what is happening. Since now the market has dropped from our resistance, our support, to the resistance. So now this is what we are expecting. We are expecting the market to go on an upper direction from our resistance. What does that mean? This means to us whatever that we're going to be doing in the market, where we're going to be trading anything that is related with the US dollar. So we're going to be buying a US dollar against any pair that is going to be paired with. Like for example, going on a smaller time frames, you can see that the market we can see that the market has tried to consolidate. We have a bit of consolidation from here, the market creating some pattern, some consolidation pattern. So what can that help us, or how can that help us identify the future of the market, since we now see that the market has been respecting this resistance? But now what has happened to this zone of ours? Then it clearly was respecting our zones. It's just that it's been having some fake breakout that has been happening in the market. Obviously, that's what the market is doing in most cases. So we have our first touch, second touch, third touch here, or fourth touch. So then the market came and broke out of the structure before coming down. Then it gave us a higher high before going down to complete the overall trend, which the market was selling to go complete the overall structure. So what is going to be happening now? We're going to be diving deeper into a currency pair of we're going to be diving deep into a currency pair. We're just going to be looking for a currency pair that has to do with a US dollar. Now we are in a US dollar Canadian dollar currency pair. So on our US dollar Canadian dollar currency pair, of which is USDCAD, this is what we're having when we're looking at the market. This is the overall picture of what the market is doing. So now, by looking at this dome it shows us that the market is going up. But if this dome was facing this way, it could be showing us that the overall direction of the market is doing what? Is selling. But nevertheless, let's dive deeper into our technical analysis and see what is it that we can see when we are opening a US dollar Canadian dollar pair. So now we're just going to be using our tools here. We have our horizontal range, of which our horizontal range is going to help us identify areas of interest where we're going to be having support, either a resistance, or we call it a supply and a demand. So, and again, we're going to be having our trend line that is going to be helping us in identifying the trends of the market, the direction of the trend, whether the trend is going on an upper direction or the trend is going on a down trend, of which is going to be a down direction. So clearly it that tells you that if ever we're having such a pattern like this in the market, we're expecting the market to do what? To buy, because we can see here on our first touch here on our demand, we can see that the market dropped dramatically to our supply. Then the market supplied back to our resistance, of which is our demand. So now we are now trending within this trend. We are now trending within this trend. We can see that the market tried to create a consolidation panel here, but the overall direction of this consolidation panel was what? The overall direction of the consolidation channel was also buying, of which it was showing us that we now should be looking for the buying opportunities. Coming to have a look at what was happening here, we can see we had this impulse, then the market corrected. We had an impulse here, of which this was our consolidation. The market was moving sideways, but the overall direction, since the market was coming from this point here, let me mark it, since the market was coming from this point of demand, the market was showing a downtrend direction. So obviously, another thing that you guys need to know, you don't need to trade against the trend. So this is what has been happening. The market has dropped from our supply to our demand, to our supplies, until the market got to touch our supply trend line. Then it shooted up to our resistance. So now what are we expecting? We're expecting the market to come complete its pattern here before going to the upper direction. But that's not how we predict the market, or that's not what we tell the market to do. Obviously, there are a lot of aspects that we look into before we take a position to the upper direction. Obviously, you need to be having your confirmations in order for you to take either a buy position or a selling position. This is what can happen. Either the market can break out of the structure, and come and give us a retest, confirming our change of direction. That means now the market is going to be trending to the down direction, of which this overall trend will now be changing to be a bearish trend. So if the market did not do that, obviously we are going to be looking for buying opportunities. Obviously, we're not just jumping to the market just because we see the market getting to the resistance, then we buy. We are still on a very higher time frame, of which it's going to be very difficult for us to find our retracement or our area of interest in a lower time frames. So let us go to our daily time frames and see what is it that we can see on our market. But before we go there, let us just deaden our chart a little bit so that we can have an idea of what is happening in the US dollar Canadian dollar market. So this has been happening. The market has been consolidating from this demand. And okay, let us see if we can have any sort of this is a demand that we've been having. The market has been playing around these areas. The market is playing it's been playing around these these areas of resistance. So now the market has broken out of the structure, and the candlesticks that we have here, we have to look either whether the candlesticks that we have here of breaking this resistance zone have closed below our previous lows. If the candlesticks have not closed below our previous lows, of which our previous low is this week that we have here, this is our previous low. So we're going to be looking if the market has broken out of has broken below our previous low. The last candlesticks or the previous or the latest candlesticks that we have has broken below our previous low here. We can see that the market has been failing to break out of this previous low here, of which this area that we have here, we can mark it as an area of interest, of which we cannot just say now the market, because the market has broken out of this supply, then it will continue to go down, even break this support trend line here to continue to go to the down direction. But we should just be carefully looking for our clear entries on our market. So now let us dive deep into a daily time frame and see what is it that we can see on our daily time frame. So on our daily time frame, we can see that the market is still giving us the same direction. So there is nothing that is showing a change of character or a change of direction. So diving deep into our daily time frame, let us see what market structures do we have here. We can see that on this area here, we have our fair value gap somewhere around here. This is where we have our fair value gap. Then this shows us that okay, sorry for that. This gives us an opportunity, or this gives us an end to see if ever the market intends to go back to close that fair value gap. Then we should be looking for our selling opportunities going down to the down direction. But bear in mind that you cannot just use your trading analysis or to tell the market what to do. You have to wait for the market to give you whatever outcome that it gives you. Again, if ever the market structure, it shows that then the market is going on an upper direction. For example, if the structure proves to us that the market is going up, we can now ignore this fair value gap that we have here. The market cannot come and respect this fair value gap in order for it to come down. That's going to be surely impossible for us, because if we can have a look back, we have so many fair value gaps that we have not closed since the market has been trending. For example, the market has never came back to close these fair value gaps. Yet, what did it do? It just dropped down and continued its pattern. So when it comes to the fair value gap order blocks, so we should just be carefully and making sure that our confirmations are giving us the right directions of the market. So we don't want to end up trading against the trend of the market. So if ever the trend of the market is bullish, so we have to try by all means to make sure that we follow a bullish trend. We don't have to trade against the momentum of the market. So now in this area, since we have jumped into our 4-hour chart, this area that we have here, it's a consolidation area for me that shows that the market now is trying to prove that the market is exhausted actually, but it's on its way to gain the momentum to take whatever direction that the market is going to be taking. Obviously, you don't want to trade in such markets like this where you have a choppy market that does not show you a clear indication of whether the market is buying or it's selling. This is what is happening in such market like this, since we have our support trend line here and our resistance trend line here. We can see that the market is slowly getting exhausted. What does this mean to you? This whole thing that is happening here, this whole pattern that is happening here, it should just give you a clear indication that the market is slowly losing its power. So what does that mean? It means that whatever that is going to be happening in the next current price, either the market is going to come and respect this trend line and come and break out of the structure, then continue with its direction to go on an upper trend. So in that way, what does that mean to you? That means you just have to be patient enough in order for you to catch those sniper entries. Let us clear our indicators and have our trend chart. So moving down to our lower time frame, on a 3-hour time frame, our 3-hour time frame shows us the same thing. It also gives us the same thing. So that means now we're going to be waiting for the market to come down to this area here before taking its direction back. Obviously, this is the kind of a pattern that we are looking to have in the market. We're looking forward to have something of this sort, the market coming back to test this area and continuing with its direction to go on an upper trend. So what is going to happen now, since we have such directions in the market? Or let's take that back. Let's take that indicator back. We're going to be moving to our hourly time frame. Our hourly time frame is going to give us more details on what is happening on our consolidation market, on our exhausted market that has been trending from our highs, lows, but you could see that the market is slowly getting exhausted. What do I mean by that? Or how can I prove to you that the market is getting exhausted? Let me just extend this trend line a bit. By extending this trend line and this trend line will end up meeting somewhere around our support. These trend lines will end up meeting somewhere around our support or our demand area here. So what is going to be happening? Either we're going to be expecting the market to keep on giving us the same direction going to the downtrend, the same direction going to the downtrend. Then the market is going to make its own decision, either to break the structure and create a new low somewhere around here. The market will be creating a new low somewhere around here, a new low before going to the upper direction. What do I mean by that? Okay, fine. Let's dive to our, let's delete our indicator here before we get confused. Let's delete. Let's make sure that we trade or we analyze on a very clean chart. But I'm sure that indicated to you that on a USD Canadian dollar, what are we looking forward to have? Diving straight to our 15 minutes time frame. Our 15 minutes time frame, it still gives us the same vibe where the market is going up and down. So going back to our higher time frames, this is where we're going to be practicing our patience. This is where you expected to practice your own patience, to wait for the market to come to your trading tools in order for you to execute any position or any opportunity that you might be having in the market. Obviously, you don't want to end up trading against the trend. Obviously, if ever you have identified that the trend is going to the upper direction, obviously what you need to do, you need to respect those analyses of yours. For example, if the market is going up or down, up or down, up, down like this, you can see the overall direction of this market is what? Is bullish. The overall direction of this market is bullish. So the overall direction is going to an upper direction. No one wants to trade against the trend. So if you see that the trend is going up then the market is somewhere around here, don't attempt to enter any position, because you will be taken out of that trade. You anticipated the right direction of the market, but on the wrong timing, because now the market has got to its resistance, now coming to this support. So it's better to wait for the market to come to your support before going to the upper direction. So that's it from me today. I hope everyone is going to be having a very productive week ahead. So let's make sure that we respect our analysis. No one ever is wrong into the forex trading market, not unless you do not respect your analysis. That's all from me today. Thank you very much. Please enjoy the rest of the week. Bye.